Look at this. Look at this. You don't even know what this is. They got you. Shout out to the bully. Y'all gotta understand that this is getting deep. You know what this is? This is the first interview inside of the so-called metaverse. Do you know what's happening? To really understand what's going on, let me tell you a story, right? A story that all of you think you know. But those who listen until the end will understand what many do not know. There's a story about a man and a woman, the story of Adam and Eve. And Adam and Eve was created in the Garden of Eden. Now, one day a snake comes, and this serpent tells them to eat of the one tree within the Garden of Eden that God told them not to eat. Now remember, Adam and Eve are living a pretty good life. Everything's easy, there's no work, it's just chilling. They just have to watch over the garden as long as they don't eat this one thing that the serpent says to eat. Well, the woman eats it, and then the man eats it. And God finds them covering themselves, realizing that they were naked after the act. And God says, because you have eaten of this fruit, you are cursed. You cannot live in the Garden of Eden. You cannot eat of the tree of life. And you must till the fields and work the grounds, and you must eat bread until you are dust. And that was their punishment. But here's the part that y'all don't know. Adam means man. Eve means life. The story is about the beginning of human life. Adam and Eve live off of the abundance of God in the Garden of Eden. Naked, one with nature. They are hunter-gatherers. They don't teach all this in Bible study. They don't teach all this. The serpent is coming from outside, and he's trying to civilize them. And what he does is he offers that fruit of the knowledge that is good and evil, good and evil. The knowledge of growing your own food. How do we know this? Well, God says, because you have done this, you will what? Till the fields, work the lands, eat of the bread. They're describing agriculturalists. And the way that we know that is after agriculture comes cities. Cain is in the Bible, is the founder of cities. He's the first one ever to build a city. And then eventually what happens? Babylon is built. Babylon is a metaphor for the matrix, which is civilization. That's right. And the Garden of Eden is your natural environment. You gotta understand that the matrix comes out of agriculture, which depletes the land, right? It's the great devourer. Matrix comes from the word matre, which means womb. A matrix is a good thing. An inverted matrix is a bad thing. An inverted matrix, instead of sustaining you like a womb would so that you could be free, an inverted matrix, it takes from you so that you can always depend on it. So it can take from you some more. That's what you live in. That's the society you live in. And it depletes the farms. It depletes the environment. You got to cut the trees. You got to not destroy biodiversity. And then what comes next? The Industrial Revolution. And not only are they taking more resources from the earth with the Industrial Revolution, but they are associating your purpose with a job and telling you to live your purpose, you must work a job, right? Which takes you further into the matrix. It makes you depend on it even more. Now you don't even hunt for your food. You don't grow your food. You don't know how to get it. If something was to happen to the matrix of civilization, you will crumble. So now you work hard to keep it alive, right? And then what happens next? What happens next? Well, then the matrix eventually creates a virtual reality. That's why it's always trying to tell you that you're already in one, that you're already in a simulated reality. Because once it convinces you to upload your mind, which is what they're aiming for, these billionaires are spending billions of dollars creating these virtual realities. You got to know that. But here's what you didn't know. If you don't believe me about the virtual reality, is the next step, right? And where they're ultimately taking you. I'll ask you this question. When you know that forbidden fruit of the Matrix, that started the Matrix, right, is normally regarded to be an apple. You tell me what company that's creating a virtual reality right now, it's not Facebook, has a bitten apple as its icon. If you can tell me that, if you know the answer to that question, then you are ready for this book called Fans, Food, Forest, Foraging, Hunting, Anti-Fragile Modern Society. This book will free you from the Matrix. The physical copy is right down here. The free version is in a link at the top of the page. That'll take you to an audio book. Either way, if you read that book and apply the book, it will change your life forever. I love you all. Peace.